I'm going to be reading a poem by Edward Thomas. It's called Lights Out. I normally read my own poems on there, so check those out, but this is just one of my favourites. So here it is. I've come to the borders of sleep, the unfathomable deep forest where all must lose their way. However straight or winding, soon or late, they cannot choose. Many a road and track that, since the dawn's first crack, up to the forest brink, deceived the travellers, suddenly now blurs, and in they sink. Here love ends, despair, ambition ends, pleasure and all trouble, although most sweet or bitter, here ends in sleep, that is sweeter than tasks most noble. There is not any book or face of dearest look that I would not turn from now to go into the unknown. I must enter and leave I know not how. The tall forest towers, its cloudy foliage lowers, ahead, shelf above shelf, its silence I hear and obey, that I may lose my way and myself. This is a poem called Freds. In the sweltering shower of this summer, I am disposed to a kinder visit, one that follows Freds to earlier paths, narrow, simpler memories of brothers standing, waiting for the door to open, for a beautiful guardian to appear. Epitaphs of venerable figures wilting into the furniture without ever exposing weakness. Long hours dissolved into lines of unseen blank verse, which disperse abruptly. A common country lane opens into a busy world, a timeless tunnel offering nothing but the anonymous reflection thrusted upon us. All this on a thread, birds on a wire, man bouncing on a fort. Ow. Trying this again because I was just rudely interrupted by a farmer. But I guess that's what you get when you sit on their land. But yeah, so I am in Adlestrop, which is a nice, quaint little village in Oxfordshire. Not really a huge amount going on here. It's pretty much only known because of Edward Thomas and the poem he wrote about this place. And I think that poem, you know, it sort of encapsulates pre-wartime England, which I think is an England that isn't necessarily around anymore. So I think that poem, you know, is sort of a time capsule in a way. But yeah, last year when I came here, I wrote a poem, my sort of own rendition of Adlestrop, and it's called Adlestrop Again. Yes, I know of Adlestrop, the journey, because one morning of intrigue and impulse, I took my leave there. What I found was bogs, farmers' bogs, verdant fields and country back alleys, all leading towards Adlestrop. The place, the name was gone. And yet, here I heard what Thomas wrote upon his page, birds singing each to each until the last leaf had settled, leaves asleep upon the gravel, residing beneath that name, Adlestrop. I remember it now. It was and is the bird's song, the country's music,